welcome back to another It Tho podcast. It's been a minute. To you, it's only been a couple days. For me, it's been 3 weeks since I've been podcasting. Just because I took a little reflection time off just to, in the past 2 weeks, there's been a string of unfortunate things that really required me to really just take a step back, because we don't want to have another podcast like last week's podcast. In hindsight, 2020, I do kind of regret putting it out, but it is what it is, just because it was just so emotional. I needed to get it out, so it is what it is. But hey, welcome to new day. It is not the same day as Tuesday as it's coming out. No, this is filmed, pre-recorded, and ahead of schedule on time. This is how we do here at It Tho. So welcome. Dude, man, it's been a good week of reflection, good week of understanding, good week of just really getting the ball rolling as far as my life goes. Because in I believe the 4-2 said it in the fortunate of passing, there's that time of reflection. Hey, how's it going? I'm a 30-year-old man, and I'm gonna show you how to do with life. Come back. This is radio channel 10.4.67 at FM, the Mumbler FM. Come on back after these commercial breaks. I don't know what that was. Anyways, but yeah, dude, it's been a week of reflection, a week of just hey, dude, let's really take a look in the mirror. Let's really take a look at the situations. Let's really take a look at the live streams, the gaming live streams. Let's take a look at the podcast. Let's take a look at the people you've come to know, and really embrace all of it, and really learn to, hey, let work be work. Let home life be home. Let the podcast be podcast. And let life, essentially building a balance towards it all, I hate that I do that. Just today, what we're gonna do today is hold on, coffee break. DJ, so today we're doing something different. We're gonna answer some questions. This week, answer questions from the Discord, which you can join. Really plug. The Discord link will be down below. I asked my Discord today to ask me questions that they want me to answer on the podcast. So the back half will be that, and then the first half will be just me ranting and talking about whatever is on my mind right now, because it is not Tuesday, the same day that you're seeing this. And then next week, if you do have any questions you want to ask and you watch this podcast and you're not subscribed, and I'll post down below and answer them next week. So let's get the ball rolling here. Speaking of ball rolling here, it's a reflecting, just understanding that, dude, not to really take things so serious, not to take, everything's life and death, not everything is just so because my problem has always been I've overthink things. When it comes to podcasting, if I film one and I'm okay, this stinks, dude, I don't put this out, and let's just do it again. No. And then it puts myself in a hole. It's ooh, and then, because last week, for example, I got busy with work and I didn't have time to actually sit down, or Khakis, to really just talk on a podcast and just stand and just really hey, let it out. Because, it's learning that balance. It's losing the train of thought, which I just did. Did you see that? I saw it. Did you see it? I saw it. I'm sorry, it is not 7 a.m. in the morning. McDonald's not sponsored. But dude, it's Sorry, man. I'm on a big Khakis kick right now. I guess me and the community's been dude, Khakis, dude. It's just Khakis. You know what I mean? Anytime you see somebody, an old friend, don't tell him, hey, I missed you, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Just go, Khakis. And then if they say Khakis back, hey, buddies. You know what I mean? It's like the new Mexican hello. But it's learning to really just hey relax, and I'm learning things now as a 30-year-old man. I'm gonna teach you about my mistakes. I'm gonna show you about life. So as an inside joke, just because like I don't want this podcast to come off sometimes as like, oh, this is just Trey preaching. He's just Trey preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching and can I get an amen? The Holy Spirit. I don't want it to be that, And shout out to if you do that, no offense. It's just like I don't want the podcast to be this. It's just me talking and the things that I've been through, and just that's it. And talk about some funny things that happened to me, and that'll be it. And speaking on the topic of podcasting, I know I've been on a string of guests. As far as guests goes, we're gonna do going forward, and it was kind of like a surprise house cleaning stuff. Each month we'll have 2 guests. Next month we'll have. I've already stated who I want as a guest, and if they're listening, they know who they are. And so enough of the house cleaning. Dude, isn't that the worst? Dude, it was the worst when I was little. Remember when you were little, you were asleep, your parents would get you because like they would start cooking like something like chorizo and eggs, or like bacon and eggs, or like potato and eggs, and you're asleep in a bed, right? And you're sleeping little, and you just, when I was little, and pinche gordo, I was bigger, this little. It's like food. So you're there asleep, dude. You're asleep in bed and just smell the food, and you get up like rub your eye boogers off. You just like a monk in the kitchen, like, there's food. Can I have some food? Get some food. Like, yeah, but you gotta sweep up first and do this first. Just like, but like, dude, it would just be you wake up, you're asleep, and you hear the accordion start playing. You smell foca, and there's a mop cleaner thing on the floor. You start smelling it in the air. You smell it in the air, and you're just like, oh, it's time to clean again. But the best thing would be McDonald's. Always get you with McDonald's. Man. I forgot what I was going with that, but the point is I'm trying to make here is I'm learning how to clean. Hashtag 30-year-old learning how to clean, 30-year-old man. Because look, I'm caveman. Caveman. And I'm willing to come out here and tell you guys I'm caveman, okay? When it comes to most things in life, I don't really know. Like when it comes to like people and stuff like that. And I'm really bummed, dude. Like, because, I hate that I'm antisocial in a way, but I'm really learning to embrace it, just because I got my antisocialness from my grandfather, and which is pretty cool. And I never said this publicly, but it's because I've never, I know when he was alive, I've never taken the time to really talk to him, and that's a big regret that I've always had. And believe it or not, it's taken me a lot to even openly say this, and because it's just been after like the past 2 weeks, like, dude, who cares? Like, this is the truth. This is just what it is. It is what it is. And sure, at the time I would beat myself over that fact. Like, hey, I never took the time to say, how you doing, Grandpa? How you doing? I never took time to learn Spanish and things like that. And I'm learning as I'm growing older, or some would say, dude, you're already freaking grown up. Why don't you just grow up already? Bruh. That's my response is bruh and khakis. And hashtag so fetch. Hashtag we're going to make it happen this year. We're going to make it happen to 2021 is the year of khakis and so fetch. So don't at me right now. That's what you call a insecure laugh. But dude, I'm finding. Here's the finding stumbling song because I can't talk right. So here's finding. What? Can't talk. What? I'm learning to learn more who this man was as I'm growing older, because I'm seeing a lot of. I'm guessing this is who he was. because just because I hear from my father and my family, as a girl, that hey, you remind us of grandpa and certain things like that. Because if I put up a picture, and I won't put up a picture because that's too close to the chest. I don't want to put that out there because I'm really guarded when it comes to like really. It's that fine boundary I put up when it comes to like podcasting. I'm not gonna go. Here's all my personal life and here's my family exposed. Like no. We're not doing that. But I'm like a stunning image of him when he was younger. As long as I look like him, and I look like the older I get, I'm looking like more like him. When I was younger, I look like my father, which is it's cool because I don't think it's like. And most people think, well, duh, that's how genetics work. You see, genetics work like when this and that. Obviously, it's like, no. You don't get it. It's like my grandfather went back in time and here I am. You know what I mean? That's how stunning the darn thing is that close, And as I'm growing older, I'm learning to be more social, really learning to, hey man, break down the walls and really, really break down the walls and really be more open to conversation. Really be essentially Justin said it best. Justin, shout out to Justin and Audrey working a lot. And I'm really hoping for them to make an appearance soon. That's safe. Fingers crossed. Who knows? But yeah, because even though he jokes, because y'all know how Justin is. He's like, dude, your problem is you're just not approachable at times, and you're awkward sometimes. I'm like, touche, and that's true. I mean, I like stick with me in the public, in the public. Come walk with me in the public, and you'll see. I'm a walking meme, and I'll probably do something awkward, especially like freaking drive-through lines, dude. Oh my god, dude. I if you want to see me uncomfortable, make me order at a drive-through freaking menu, dude. I'm done. Like I am done. I can't do it. Justin, oh my god, it was the worst. Cause like Audrey would tell me, okay, we'll pull up. Like for example, it's let's say it's a Thursday night. Or Friday night, hey, let's go to Whataburger. So load up my car. We drive down the Whataburger. Vroom, drive down the Whataburger. Get in the lane. And then on the way there, they're talking about like, I'm asking, okay, what do you want? Like, what do you want? Okay, I want a number 7 with the chicken nuggets and with the barbecue sauce and this and that and a large spit. Okay, cool. And then as soon as we pull in the drive-thru lane, I said, Justin, what do you want? He's like, I don't know. Then Justin does a little thing. I hate it because as soon as you pull up, like, I can help you. I'm like, oh, 1 second, please. Or 1 minute, please. Like, 1 minute, please. And then I'm like, okay, I want this, with large this. And then Justin would be like, give me a number 2 with cheese, everything, just no onions, add avocado, add mustard, mayonnaise, and toasted buns. And large fry, and then tell them to order all the drinks large at the end, and make all the drinks a large, and make everything large. And Audrey, I think she wants she was on the chicken nugget. She wants the junior burger, no onions. And I'm just at this point, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm done. I'm like, you order it. I'm done. It's just too much. It's just in my head. I'm like, I can't do it. It's just too much. I'm like, give me a number burger and with the thing on it. Give me what's already on there. But you know what? Just give me a number 2 ketchup and cheese. Very simple and very delicious. Or give me the barbecue bacon cheeseburger. Something that's easy and it's no changes. Here it is, guy. Here it is. So in this point, I'm dying inside. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. He's like, dude, you got it. Just go. Just one at a time. Okay. I'm like, okay. Okay, I'm ready to order. And then I order. Am I talking too fast? Okay, everybody, let's take a breather. Coffee break. DJ, play the music. So inside, I'm like, I can't do it. He's like, dude, okay, you got this. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll like a number 2 and a number this with this. And then when it comes to Justin order, he at the last day, he's like, actually, no onions. Just tell him, he switches it up. Last second, I'm like, khakis. Yeah, can number 3, 4 with the, and it's my personal hell.
Fries. I'll just say cheeseburger and fries, please. When the person asks, super easy, no reason to get worked up. Nothing hard about asking for a cheeseburger and fries. I've said those words before, and there's no reason I'll mess them up this time, so. Cheeseburger and fries, please. Cheeseburger and fries, please. Cheeseburger and fries, please. A cheeseburger and fries, please.
Hi there, what can I get you?
Ah, frick, I'm out of here!
Coffee rat tangent, but dude, I'm learning to be more social, learning to be more open. Like when it comes to like shopping, I know it's weird to say, like this shirt, for example, and this thing that I'm wearing, they're 4 years old. Okay, I haven't bought new clothes in like 4 years. It's just because like I don't know, it's just like it's a shirt. Going back to what I said earlier, I'm caveman. It's not that I don't have the funds. It's just that I don't. It's just a shirt, dude. Like it's just, hey man, And I'm working on it. Okay, I'm very bad at it. I'm working on it, but I'm learning to just hashtag treat yourself. Hashtag copyright. Hashtag we're taken down. That's how I'm like me grabbing the wheel, and yeah, eat. Shout out to this is me embarrassing myself. How you doing? I'm a 30-year-old man. I'm gonna show you how to walk through life. Welcome back to 94.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 FM, the Mumbler. The Mumbler Radio. But dude, I'm learning to take one step at a time, and that's what I've learned through this whole 2 weeks of reflection. Is like, dude, when it comes to me, it's like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy it all at once, and then we'll be happy from there. But in really life is like you can't really like buy things in bulk. You can, but you could be lost and everything like that. It's like I'm learning to learn what I've learned when I was little. That's a sentence. Treat everything like a Lego, meaning like the Lego blocks. When you buy a Lego box, you get the box, you see the end result you want, right, on the picture, and then you open the box and what you got nothing but pieces in different bags, categorized. And what does the Lego box company give you? Instructions. There's many ways to do what you want to do. You just got to take it one piece at a time and lay out and plan for yourself and instructions to just piece it all together. And little by little, it's that one step in life that I really taking the approach to let's say my apartment, for example. I've never been good at buying stuff for myself, especially like decking out apartments. Like each apartment I lived in, I've never really made it like when you walk into a when you walk into an apartment, you're like, this is homey, this is nice, mira, watch out, this is nice. Like when you come into my apartments, it's just been like, okay, this guy's obviously needs help. This guy's crazy because it's because normally my apartments would just be a TV stand, a sofa, and 3 or 4 dishes, and a bed, and blank walls, and that's it. Not really a apartment per se. It'll just be like, this is where I live. Now I'm learning to really, embrace home life and really learning to buy certain things. I've always been the mindset of I don't need it. Although why I'm gonna get it? That's dumb. Why I'm gonna get like art? That's dumb. And why I'm gonna get like, I don't know, fake plants? That's dumb. Why I'm gonna get like a hang in there kitty poster? Like that's dumb. Why am I gonna get a sign in my restroom that says "Have a nice poop"? That type of things. Like it's just like little things like that. It's like, well, I'm like, that's dumb. I'm not gonna get it, dude. That's so dumb. But dude, once I started laying on a plan, okay, this is what I might. When I started having a vision of, okay, this is what I want my whole life to be. This is what I want my apartment to look like. I started buying piece by piece by piece, rug here, a fake plant here, a art wall here, a new dishes here, a new setup here, a new, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, little by little, it's looking more like an apartment, looking more like a home. And it's like, I'm learning to take responsibility for my shortcomings and my failings and stuff like that. It's like, because I always had that mindset of like, dude, like, it'll happen when it'll happen when it happens. You know, it'll fix it. It'll work itself out. You know, but you understand, like now, 2020 hindsight of learning from this reflection, because once, you know, these two people passed away, I really you take a hard look at yourself when you really learn the lessons that they taught you, and learning that, hey, you know, emotion is just like sugar. It goes in and goes out of the body, and what you feed yourself and what you tell yourself throughout the day, what you're seeing, what you're reading, it really cultivates in your mind, and then you become to spew that. You know what I mean? It's like, think of like, it's kind of like nutrition. Welcome to fitness call talk. Welcome to fitness talk with your boy Trey. Hello, this is how you lift weights. I'm gonna tell you about nutrition. It's about what you put in your body, but like not in a nutritional sample, but in life, your soul nutrition. Like I'm not going off on a this is the yoga pose. This is what you call a warrior, and everybody hit the pose and now get the chakras aligned. Like, no, this is not what this is. I'm sorry, like what you're looking at. Let's say if you want to have, I don't know, like you want to, it's like, for example, this is something I could talk about because I kind of been through this. It's like when I was a CrossFit trainer, when I was essentially a trainer, and people would come to me, I would ask them, okay, what's your end goal here? What's your end goal here? Like, they would always, the classic thing is, I just want to get in shape, lose a bit of weight. And then I would tell them, you understand that to me, that's just like, hey, I want to go to the beach and that's it. Like that doesn't translate. So I would dig a little deeper and tell them, okay, how much weight do you want to lose, and what do you want to get out of this? Because I think people just get so lost on the surface, and then they do it for a while, and then they're like, did I get no results? And blah 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 blah. But to me, to come back to the Lego things, it's like somebody opening up a Lego box. They see the image of what they want to be, but they get the Lego box and they don't read the instructions, so they're left with just bits and pieces, and they're trying to piece it together without having a plan. And by 3 or 4 years later, they're like, this is stupid. This is dumb. You did dumb. It's like, dude, read the instructions. Like, you need to help yourself out by making that one step. It's just one step, that you need to do. Has this made sense so far? I see we're almost at time as far as this part goes on. Coffee break. But yeah, you got to really look at the instructions. And what I've learned through this whole thing is, hey, dude, relax. And that's always been my falter, my undoing, my stupidityness. Is like learning to, hey, dude, mellow the out, dude, relax. It's okay if I can't make it to the gym. It's okay if I do this. It's not everything's life and death. And then, just a side note, I was bummed, dude. Let's go for a little bit of tension here. Like this past weekend, actually, it was kind of a bummer, kind of a heart-wrenching bummer, but a few funny things. Dude, we were working at a warehouse, right? During our work, because I go from overtime. Imagine a warehouse, dude. Imagine a warehouse. This is what happens when you try to. This is a story of an example of the real you will come out, and what you're feeling will come out eventually, just on the way you think. So imagine an open warehouse, okay? It's hot. There's fans going off. My coworker busts out a little speaker, right? I started playing his music off his playlist, which is a bold move, by the way. Dude, it's the confidence you have to think that 20 people or 30 people or 100 people, like 40 people want to hear your playlist. So it's a lot of confidence you got to have and okay with this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that loud guy at the gym and that loud person, like, there's someone in your life that's really like, yeah, let's go. And so he puts on his music, right? But dude, like, it's first, it's like, the classic hip hop trap music, that kind of things. You get it. And then it starts playing AC/DC, all this death metal, just like, pancakes, waffles, da 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 da, pancakes, waffles. And it's like, it's so like intense. You're just looking at each other like, all right, dude, then this guy has some issues, something. And it starts playing like Linkin Park, and it's just like, and it's echo reverberating off the walls, and it's just really loud, and it's just like, we're like, we're fine. So we're there working, this is fine. And all of a sudden, you can see he's feeling it, right? He's getting to like, yeah. Because, he's starting to get like, okay, that confidence, like, okay, awesome. Because like, they're digging my music, man. I know I'm good at music. And then, he's vibing and stuff, doing this thing. And then all of a sudden, like, the death metal song ends. And then all we hear is this heartbreak sound coming out of nowhere. So imagine like you're listening to something like Pantera Walk, like dun 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 dun, hashtag copyright. But and all of a sudden the song ends, and then you hear, "How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes." And like we all like stop what we're doing. We're like, "Wait, what, dude?" And then, dude, this guy turns red. He's like, then you see him like trying to finagle, trying to get his phone. He's like, "I'm fine, guys," and just like, dude. Just own it, dude. Be okay. If you're heartbroken, hey, we're all heartbroken at some point. And it's like, dude, be yourself. And dude, I would just let it play, dude. Let it play, let it ride, because it's okay to be who you are. And I feel like I know I'm bashing that horn again. Stop putting up a mask, and just be who you are and be okay with that. And I think that's one thing I really learned, as a 30-year-old from, let me tell you about my 30-year-old life experience. Be yourself. And the classic Mickey Mouse sayings that you're all growing up. Thank you for joining this FFFFF777 FM Radio The Mumble. I gotta stop doing that. So the point I'm trying to make here is, do not be afraid to take that one step. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to come off as a preacher, man. I'm not trying to teach you about the Holy Spirit and everything like that. And this is really offensive. I'm gonna get hashtag canceled for trying to imitate that. But you get it, okay? I don't want this podcast to like come off as like, bro, this is how life should be. You should follow my things and blah blah blah. Dude, speaking of that, dude, I hate that now the thing now with YouTube is like, hey, I'm going to give out this certain amount of money to the first subscriber. Everything is just like a giveaway. And it's like, let's just chill. Let's just chill. So the point I'm trying to make here before we jump to the questions from the Discord is, be okay with yourself and don't be afraid to reflect. And it might be a lesson that you may have forgotten that your old mentor could teach you, and it's just really showing you that you could be stuck in mud and not even know it, because up here in the mind you're lost. You really gotta have a plan and take it one step at a time, and you realize once you take whatever that you're going through one step at a time, dude, everything will fall into place. But hey, you gotta face your inner demons, and you gotta understand that, hey, it'll go. But you gotta be fearless, and you gotta find out why you do what you do, but most importantly, find out who you're doing this for. I found that when most people do things for themselves, sure, they succeed, but once people start doing things for others, like for me, for example, like when I did things for myself, I was a mess. I was a drunkard. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was fucking miserable. But then when I started doing things for thinking of my family and my friends, boom, I went so much further. And yeah. So this is what you call a transition into questions. Questions from the Discord. So we'll start from Jin. Jin asked, what do you like about everyone in the whole It Tho community? What I like about it is seeing them grow together. Like, I do highly recommend you join our Discord, and that's because as me, just taking a step back and learning and seeing them, people from all across the world, essentially, like, hey, no cap. We got Nick from Canada land, and then we got Jin all the way from the Philippines, and then we got people like across the U.S. and then here also homegrown here in Texas, and from the rally hashtag 956 a la cut. Dude, it's seeing people like from different backgrounds, different walks of life, really embracing each other, really no judgment zone, and just really being there for each other, and really talking about some real I remember there was one time, because I forgot why, like without notion, I think they're all playing Minecraft. Shout out to Minecraft. Our gaming live streams are just becoming a whole Minecraft thing, and I love it. I remember there was one night they're all playing Minecraft, and I remember like it all, like they were talking about like Minecraft and stuff like that, and then I remember going to sleep, and then I remember waking up and then seeing the Discord chat and seeing for all of a sudden they're talking about some real things, dude. Like, and each of them replying to each other, hey, I've been through this, hey, don't worry, I've been there before, and yada yada yada. It's like, dude, to me that's amazing to see. As far as like, and also to see like people like Eugen and then Nick and then Kenny, y'all really embracing podcasting and really y'all coming out of your shell and really growing into your own person on podcast and being more confident coming out of your shell. That is one thing that is amazing and that I love about everyone in this It Tho community, and not just y'all three, but like everybody else, like really coming out of the shell and really embracing this community. And this is awesome. That's what I love about the community. And his follow-up question was if Jen, Nick, and then Kenny and Kevin lived in the same household, who would be more responsible? My thing would be, because Nick's really quiet, but he's really thought out, really planned out. He would be the most responsible, and then it would be you, Jen, but you would be more loud, and then Kevin and Kenny would just be fighting back and forth. And then here we go. Do I have any plans with It Tho community? As far as plans go, Jen, a lot of things in the work, but as y'all watching this podcast, the plans I have right now, we have tons of plans, oodles of plans. It's just right now we are short staffed. Right now it's just me, and we need editors and stuff like that. So this is a call out. So if you like to edit and you're good at moderation, so hit me up on my Indeed. Just kidding. Just let us know if you're interested. If I had a dog, what would you name it? Dude, this is a heartbreaking question, dude. I almost got a dog. I was that close to getting a dog. Everything was ready. I had all the money. Everything was paid for. I was super excited. I was rearranging my house, ready to let's go. It's a new chapter in my life. Let's go, dude. I'm like so excited because I kind of figured out my work schedule and worked everything out where it's like, it's going to work. And then the day of to go pick up the dog, adopt, rescue, don't, rescue pets. They need to be rescued. So I was waiting to go rescue this dog and adopt the dog. That's the same thing, right? You get it. And they pulled out the day of, and they gave it to a family member. It's like, dude, it's a bummer, dude. That close, but who knows? Maybe down the road I'll get a dog. And if I had a dog name, I don't know. I haven't thought about it, Jen. So it's from Vistal. She asked, why Austin? And do you recommend it as a good place to move? Why Austin? Because at the time I was really struggling and really desperate for a change. Because my work life, I've achieved everything I could have achieved there, and my personal life was just on fire, just because I was just so effing frustrated, Because at the time I was like Lilo and Stitch, like when Stitch found out what he was created to do, try to fulfill his purpose, but he's stuck on an island, so he couldn't really adapt at first, and he was just in a panic and just really destructive thing. That's what I was at the time, and I was really just desperate for a change because I was really destroying people and everything around me. And so I put a transfer into Austin. I didn't think I was going to get it. To be fair, I didn't think I was going to get it. And then sure enough, like 2 weeks later come by, I get a letter saying, hey, you got it. Do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll figure out the rest later. And as far as like, do I recommend as a good place to live? See, it's a trick question. It depends where you live. I wouldn't recommend living in Austin proper. I would recommend living in the outskirts of Austin, just because right now it's a tough thing to say. But I never thought I would get used to seeing homeless tents underneath each highway. Homeless camps and stuff like that. I would never thought I would get used to seeing that, and it's really got me thinking. This is an open and honest answer of maybe it's time to move further outside of Austin, because it's just one of those things. Like, I don't want to be at a stoplight and a homeless person gets a little crazy and starts like hitting my car. I don't, I hope they get the help that they need, but it's like, hey, I look out for myself too. But yeah, it just depends on where you live. So I highly recommend you do research. And yeah, once you find a good spot, don't get me wrong, once you find a good spot to live, it's a lot of fun up here. There's so many things to do. I mean, you can go to the city, you can go hiking, you can go, to the domain, brunch it up, dog. Do whatever you want to do, man. It's a lot of fun here. The next question is, do you find it possible to save up money to visit Jin in the Philippines? Jin is all the way in the Philippines. I'm thinking if we all go as a group, then yeah, that would be awesome. Because it could be kind of weird. It was just me just going by myself. But I think, yeah, it would be awesome. Because to experience another culture, to experience another culture, to experience, get more of that real life, different experiences. Like, you take a trip to the Philippines, or you can take a trip to Canada, really meet these people in person. But unfortunately, the whole, you get the whole mask wearing thing, that's really put a hold on a lot of things things of that nature that were planned initially. I will give that away. Our next question is, what helps you go through the life's ups and downs? I know I've touched on it a little bit here and there, but it's who you're doing this for. It's who you're doing this for. When I was going through my ups and downs, and now, as I said before, I was doing it for myself, I really didn't get anywhere. I was just hating everything. It wasn't enough. You could only hate people so much to make you have that self-hatred to really go and prove them wrong and yada, yada, yada. And it got to a point where it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I giving them the power of having that over me? Like, dude, it got to a point like, dude, you know what? I forgive what they did. It is what it is. If they want to be, I forgive them. And if they want to be a part of my life, then be a part of my life. If not, hey, how you doing? Keep it fucking moving. And I started thinking about, my friends. I started thinking about, y'all, the community. You don't understand, like, the reason, like, this community and seeing them come together, really being there for each other really got me through these 2 weeks of not depression, because that's such a trendy word. Depression. No. It's that rut. Like, that mud I was stuck in. It's like, you know what? What am I doing? What am I doing here? Let me bear crawl out this zone and let me just get out of this rut, because I got to do it for them. I got to be stronger. I got to learn better. I got to read more books. I got to do this, learning different things to help them along the way. Because, it's like, I'll take the front. I'll take the bullets so they can have and enjoy, the community. And that's like, I'm going to do that for them. Once you start thinking about who you're doing this for and why you wake up in the morning daily, then you'll see when it comes to that rut, I'm not going to lie to you, it does hurt. Going through the ups and downs, it does hurt. It does hurt, but when you realize who you're doing this for and when you're doing it for other people, it's like, it makes it worth it. It makes it so much worth it. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you can look back and you see them happy and you see them, being happy and you're making a joke, making them laugh. That right there is that moment you go through 7 hours of pain so they can enjoy an hour or 2 hours of enjoyment and, distraction from the nonsense that is the craziness that's the outside world. And that's right there what helps me get through life's ups and downs. And our Ken here asks, what's the purpose of life? The purpose of life to me is this, plain and simple. Let me tell you a little quick little story here, and then we'll wrap this puppy up. When I was in 8th grade, I know I've told the story before on podcast before. And one time on Facebook, I really got really drunk, and I told the story, and it was really cringy, really sad. But that's another story from another time. But when I was in 8th grade, I was really quiet, really shy. I didn't talk much, and the teacher, science teacher at the time, hated me for whatever reason. And sure enough, I was late to school. I woke up late. And back in our day, we didn't have Uber or Lyft, and your parents didn't just wake up and drive you. Like, no. If you wake up late, son, you're walking to work. You're walking to school. So my class started at 8:30. I woke up at 8:15. Walked all the way to school. Did get there about 8:50, and then me just like, crap. This guy hates me already. I'm walking in. At the time I'm more gordo. Like kind of like low confidence. Like I weigh like 210 at the time. Just walk to the door, like get him a knock. Open the door. The class stops. He's like, "Hey, why you late? I'm like, I woke up late, sir. Sorry." And mumbling at the time because that's who I was at the time. Mumbling like, "I'm sorry, I'm late." Or I don't know. He's like, "You know what? Stand right here for like 10 minutes for late time." I'm like, okay. So imagine somebody with that is already shy, is already down on himself, is already just like hating everything, hating life, standing in the corner, standing in front of the class, just looking down, trying to want this embarrassment to go away, while teachers continuing his lecture about life, about creation, about the science of that, right? So 10 minutes pass by. I'm there, just already just dying inside, and just like of embarrassment. I go sit down. He goes, "I go sit down." So he's talking about life. And there's one phrase in his lecture, in his lessons that he tells. But when he says this, he looks at me. And I remember this. And I could be remembering this wrong, but hey, it sticks with me to this day. He looks at me. He goes to his lecture and he says, "Some of us were only put on this earth to reproduce. That's it." After hearing that, going back to what I've said, that hatred that I've had, I've let that go. But that right there drove me to prove that motherfucker wrong. And that's going through that, like, after that happened, teacher would reach out to me, a different teacher would help me really come out of my shell, really prove that guy wrong. I'm guessing word got around or something like that. And she helped me run for student body president. And then, me being a quiet kid to be giving a speech for the goddamn whole class versus just standing there in embarrassment. It's like, that's who you need to look to. You don't need to look to, it's a life lesson in itself right there. Rather than embarrassing a kid to prove a point, encouraging a kid could benefit you so much more, benefit life so much more. But yeah, she really encouraged me to like talk. Oh, this thing's falling. To really talk and just really be more open. And from that, I began talking, I guess you could say. But yeah, he told me like some of us only here to reproduce. And I've thought about it throughout the years and like, what's this motherfucker right? Are we only here to reproduce? And that's the purpose of life to me now, after looking at really reflecting a lot, is leaving your mark. Is really, the summary of this whole podcast is leaving your mark and really making something that you can excited to call your own. It doesn't have to be just DNA. It doesn't have to be just genetics or just this and that. It could be so much more. It could be a podcast. It could be a lecture. It could be a song. It could be your own books, your own writing. It could be a life lesson. It could be something else. The purpose of life is to leave your mark, and basically to me is like you have an option as a person, either to clean up the mess, the generation in your own world. Sure, we could come together and change the whole world and sing kumbaya, but the reality of life is that's just impossible at the time. But you can change the world, your world, the people you're around, the things you're embellishing, the things you're working on, the things that the people around that you indirectly affect. You could change that into a positive change, but it takes that one step to do it. And the purpose of life is just to leave your mark, and that's just what it is. If that's not the case, then to be honest, then maybe he was right. If we're like that Pink Floyd song, just another brick in the wall. I mean, do you just want to be another brick in the wall? Do you just want to be another YouTuber? Do you just want to be another podcaster? Do you just want to be another person following the trends? Or do you really want to make this life your own? You know, it's like buying it's like me telling you, I'll give you a PS4. Oh no, sorry, I'll give you a PS5. But if you wait just a little, like 4 more weeks, 5 more weeks, I'll give you your own custom PS5 with your own insignias and your own design that you want. Which one would you rather before? The custom one, right? Because it's something unique, it's something your own. It's something that everybody doesn't have. Everybody doesn't have what you have. You really gotta understand and be okay with the talents that you have. You're a writer, write. You know, if you're a podcaster, podcast. If you're a teacher, teach. If you're a gamer, game. If you know, but like take care of your responsibility first to do what you want to do. Have a plan and execute that plan, and be okay with who you are, and everything's gonna be just fine. You know, I've been telling my Discord, like, dude, like, everything's dark right now. Sure, everything may be dark, but let me tell you something right now. We're gonna get through this thing together, and that's the purpose of life, is finding people that understand that hey, we all go through the same thing. We're all human. You know what I'm saying? We're all human. Nothing separates us. We're all human. So what you go through, I go through. And hey, we'll get through this. And that the purpose of life is to essentially find your own answer. And that's something it took me a long time to understand. Like, it's to find your own. Create something your own. It doesn't just have to be about passing down your DNA, your genetics and stuff like that. If that's the case, then awesome. Then continue to teach what you taught, what your parents taught you, what life taught you, and teach to your kids, and then so on and so forth. And that is the key to, essentially, immortality and living forever, in a sense. You know, because we live through these lessons. You know, lesson after lesson. Sure, our name may be forgotten, but the lesson itself will live on. And that's that doing stuff for others will be remembered. It's your name may not be remembered, but that motion of selflessness will carry on day and day out. It's like smiling at somebody in public. Like, you give them a wave. Like, you never know how could that affect their day, you know, in such a positive way. And that, to me, is the purpose of life. Is just something you just need to make your own, essentially. And then finally, to kind of end on Michael's question, because Michael's question is a deep question. It's a deep philosophical question. And so, DJ, go ahead and play that music. He says,
have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Yes. The answer is a real question. The answer is, that's the reason what got me to get the ball rolling on my life, especially now. It's like I had a dream. I had a short vision, that glimmer of hope in the darkest of night. And I'm doing whatever I can to make it reality, because it's happening. Things are falling into place. Because why? I know where I'm headed to now, and I know the plans to set out. And hey, I encourage you to join our Discord. And hey, if there's something you got out of this, let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, be a friend, and tell a friend. And hey, I'll tell you what, take that one step, and don't let anybody discourage you. Embrace who you are, and hey, let's live life. Hey, let's live life. I'll tell you this. I'll leave you with this. DJ, cut the music. Khakis. Khakis. See ya.